Hi, this is Josh with InsuranceDesignations.net. Today we are again joined by creator of the Burnham System, Ray Burnham, and we're very grateful that he is here to share his expertise with us. So Ray, today's question, these are obviously very difficult tests, many of them. Can you provide some insight into the best ways to study and just how can we know that we're going to be walking into these tests prepared to pass them?
Okay, there are two ways, Josh, of answering that question. First is, what is the best way to prepare generally, and then specifically to the various courses. First, generally, and this is going to take a little while, but let me read you an abstract of a study by Lynn Reeder and John Anderson of Carnegie Mellon University, done for the U.S. Navy, titled, Comparing Retention of Text Material versus Retention of Text Summaries. Quote, chapters from college textbooks in diverse fields were compared with summaries constructed to convey the main points. Studies demonstrate these consistent advantages for summaries. First, summaries yielded higher retention at intervals of 20 minutes, 1 week, 6 months, and 12 months, and effectively all the time. Second, summaries proved superior for questions based directly on the text. Third, summaries proved superior for inference questions that required students to combine facts they had studied. Fourth, summaries yielded better transfer learning, the ability to learn new related material. Fifth, summaries yielded faster correct recall and response reaction times. And sixth, summaries maintained their retention, direct learning, inference learning, transfer learning, and recall and response time superiorities even when the main points in the text had been underlined. End of the quote. So, a great way to prepare would be to get very good summaries of the text material. Obviously, I would strongly recommend, and do recommend on almost a daily basis, to give them the choice between the best summary that exists out there and the textbooks, to get the textbooks and the related course guide, the required materials first. And if you can afford to get a summary, get the best one you can afford. Now that brings us to the second element here, which is summaries. And have I got a recommendation for you? Well, yes, I do. I surveyed back my students. Now, these are my students, so there's going to be a little bias there. But I surveyed my students in the year 1996 and my students again in the year 2004 and asked them, counting only those students who had used at least 2 preparation methods, I asked them to rank how helpful they found the various preparation methods that they had used. In 1996, 85% of those people who had used at least 2 preparation methods rated the Burnham System best. And in 2004, that number had increased to 93% rated it best. In 1996, all other published aids or summaries combined were rated best by 4%. In 2004, that remained 4%. Class in 1996 was rated best by 9%. That decreased to 3% in 2004. And self-study went from 2% in 1996 to 0% in 2004. Who had used at least 2 preparation methods, the Burnham System included. 93% rated the Burnham System best. 7% rated some other method better. So, yes. Continuing now with the 2 most effective ways to prepare. First, study a great executive summary of the text content. Then, when you do want more details, applications, or examples, turn to the textbook. Where you find a topic of particular interest, turn to the textbook. And absolutely, when you have a real-life problem, turn to the textbook. It is the ultimate resource. But for learning the fundamentals of the subject, what you need to know to have a good grasp of the subject, turn to the best summary you can get. And second, then, what is the best summary? And the survey says 93% of people say that this is of those who have used the Burnham system, so they know what it is. 93% say the Burnham system is the best. Now, because I don't want anyone ever to feel as though, gee, I'm not getting a fair shake with the Burnham system, why should I give it a try? I put some guarantees to the Burnham system. First guarantee is you'll think the Burnham system is the best help that exists anywhere, by far, bar none, not close, or your money back. Second, you'll think my price of only $295 per person per course is a bargain, or your money back. And third, of course, you'll pass the exam on your first try, or your money back. Now, if those guarantees aren't good enough, then it really boils down to you can have your money back anytime for any reason or no reason at all, just by asking, just for asking. Simple as that. So the best summary material that's available is the Burnham system. And to sort of back that up, if I may, I have hired Culleton and Fanning LLP CPAs to determine my students' pass rate. And here is what they have come up with for all courses, all the CPCUs, all the IIAs, all the CLU, ChFCs, and the CICs, over a recent 6-year combined period. They came out with 97.28% passing. I think that's a little high. And the reason I think it's a little high is that they used the idea that if anyone didn't pass, they were welcome to take their money back off the table just by leaving me a message on the phone, by sending me an email, by faxing me their grade report. Boom, the money went back. But my guess is that some of my students, even though they didn't pass, didn't ask for their money back. So I think the 97.28% over the 6-year period is probably a little high. My best guess, based on surveys I have done of my own patrons, indicate that it's in the neighborhood of about 94.6%, based on my last survey.
Well, thank you, Ray, again for answering that question. It was a great answer, and I think you've demonstrated the need to use summaries or study guides and just share your expertise with us. So thank you again for joining with us. We're very grateful, and to all of our listeners, please continue to check back in. We will have some more question and answer sessions with Ray in the future. Thank you.